Game of the Week is brought to you by LaValle Building Supplies, H.R. Clough, the Home Energy Specialist, Kearsarge Heating Oils, and Kasasa. Free checking that pays. Ask for Kasasa checking at Claremont Savings Bank.
Back here in Canaan, New Hampshire, along with Andrew Zerhide. My name is Dave Collins. This is the YCN Game of the Week. We start the second quarter of play, 12 minutes up on the board. Newport with a 21-0 lead over Mascoma, and the Tigers driving. They've got it second and goal inside the 10-yard line at Mascoma.
Our next Monday night high school game of the week will be the Yellow Jackets of Windsor traveling to take on the Wasps of Woodstock. In 2 weeks, it's the powers of the division as the John Stark Generals head up I-89 to take on the Marauders of Hanover.
We're back at it here in the second quarter.
Hanover with a big upset of Lebanon a few weeks back. So as we start the second quarter, 12 minutes up on the board, 21-0 Newport.
On the 7-yard line.
They have it second and goal, or second and 3 from the 8-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Actually, that's McNamara taking it himself. And he is brought down after a gain of about 2. He'll be shy of the first down. It'll bring up third down for Newport.
Short gain on the play of about 2.
Fourth play of the drive coming up. Tebow will exit the game for the Tigers.
Ball's right on the 4-yard
Newport
line.
can still get a first down as they move right to left across your TV screen. They don't need it to get it into the end zone, but they love to do that right here. McNamara under center wearing number 5. And now Cameron Ackerman, a senior, is the tailback. Sharon blocks for him. Handoff. Goes to Ackerman. Gets right up close to the goal line. He stops short, but he should have enough for a first down. They will give Newport a first down, so first and goal from the 2 of Mascoma for the Tigers.
Good for the first down, short of the touchdown.
And it's almost inevitable, Andrew, just the way the front line has been pushing back for the Tigers, that it's sort of just a matter of time before they find the end zone once again.
Right, yeah, the Tigers' offensive line is doing a great job of making holes for the Newport running backs.
McNamara under center, backs in the eye behind him. Russell split out wide to the far side. McNamara with the give this time, and into the end zone is Ackerman. Another touchdown for the Tigers. And with 10:39 remaining in the second quarter, Newport trying to run away with this thing. The Tigers lead Mascoma 27-0. 5 plays, 54 yards. Ackerman the beneficiary of the handoff for a 2-yard touchdown run. And now the Tigers will try the extra point. It'll be Tyler Sharon, the senior, who's 3 for 3 today. Snap, ball placed down, kick is up. It is good. It's all Tigers here as we have 10:39 remaining in the second quarter. Newport 28, Mascoma nothing. Royals ball when we come back. You are watching the YCN Game of the Week. Back here in Canaan, New Hampshire, it's all visiting team. The Newport Tigers right now with a 28-0 lead over Mascoma. We have 10:39 remaining here in the second quarter. 5 plays, 54 yards, a minute 55 off the clock. And Ackerman with a 2-yard touchdown run. And it's all Tigers right now. The Royals are just looking for some offense. They need to hold on to the ball, too. 2 turnovers have led to Newport touchdowns this afternoon.
Tyler Sharon set to kick off.
Sharon, number 45 for Newport, set to kick off. 2 receivers back deep, Cacciatore and Werner, and they've been handling the kickoff and then pitching it back to one another. This one a roller down to the 10-yard line. It actually touched the player Werner and then bounces out of bounds, and that might be where Mascoma gets it. It is. Should have just probably let that roll out of bounds. It would have been a penalty, but instead it kicked off of Werner's leg, and now Mascoma will get it first and 10, but at their own 10-yard line. Tough play right there.
Stay tuned at the end of our telecast for the H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil turning up the Heat Player of the Game when we'll pick the top performer in today's matchup.
10-yard line.
So the Royals digging themselves into a deeper hole right now. Officials are going to come over and discuss this, but I thought I saw the ball bounce off of Werner's leg and then kick out of bounds. If that's the case, since he was the last one to touch it, Mascoma will have to start from their own 10, and that's where they will.
Yeah, I think you're right, Dave. Very unfortunate for the Royals. Absolutely should have let it roll out of bounds. Would have been a penalty. Would have had great field position.
or have him kick it over again.
Right.
So 1st and 10 for Mascoma
Break for your
from their own
Royals there.
10. 10:38 remaining. Second quarter, 28-0 Newport. Royals need something fast. They have 2 receivers split out to the wide side of the field. That's near us. Pitch back goes to Cacciatore instead. Tries to turn the corner, picks up about 3 or 4 yards before he's brought down by a bunch of white and orange jerseys. Cacciatore picked up maybe 5 yards, a little over 5 yards, so it'll bring up 2nd down for Mascoma. All Tigers to this point.
Mike Tremblay and Gavin Lovely combining on the tackle for Newport.
2nd and 4
First down, bringing up 2nd and 4.
for Mascoma. Gardner under center, wearing number 14. Mascoma in purple. Fakes the handoff, might have been a broken play. And Gardner is slammed down in the backfield for a loss of about 3. Good pursuit by the defensive line of Newport. Looked like Tyler Hall, the senior, big defensive lineman in there to get the sack.
Tyler Sharon.
So 3rd down now.
Third down at 7.
7 yards to go for Mascoma. Ball at their own 13-yard line. It's been a tough day for the Royals offensively. And now, reading the play, Newport read that right out of the gate. John Tebow was across the center, and he sacks Gardner before he can even hand off. And this will bring up 4th down and 10 for Mascoma from their own 10.
Big play there by the Tigers defense. Now they're going to get the ball back, probably about the middle of the field.
4th down and 10.
Not looking good so far for the Royals.
Adidas Murphy back to punt in his own end zone. 2 receivers back deep for Newport. They're standing at the Mascoma 42-yard line. That's Dominic Russell wearing number 1 and Ackerman wearing number 7. Snap back. Murphy gets off the kick. Fielded cleanly by Ackerman. At the Mascoma 45, tries to go to the wide side. He's got the corner at the 30, at the 25, at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Newport. No, is he knocked out at the 2? He is. Almost went the distance, but still the Tigers now in great field position. 1st and goal from the Mascoma 2. Newport already up 28-0 with 8:40 remaining in the second quarter. Everything going right for Newport this afternoon.
1st and goal.
Yeah, great return there by the Tigers punt returner. Yeah, I thought he hit the pylon, but he's just out at the 2. Just like you said, Dave, everything going right here for Newport.
So 1st and goal for Newport. We'll call it 1st and goal at the Mascoma 3. Ackerman has a touchdown. Tebow has 2 touchdowns. McNamara's going to do it himself, and is he into the end zone? Yes, touchdown. Side judge signals touchdown, and the Tigers just pouring it on here as they lead 34-0 over Mascoma with 8:37 remaining here in the second quarter. So McNamara gets a 3-yard touchdown run. Just 1 play on the drive, that's all they needed. And they took 3 seconds off the clock. So here's Sharon to try another extra point. He's 4 for 4 today. Snap placed down. Kick is up. This one is good as well. Tigers rolling here in Canaan this afternoon. 8:37 remaining, second quarter. It is Newport 35 and Mascoma nothing. We're back to Canaan after these words. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Back here in Canaan, New Hampshire for YCN's Game of the Week, along with Andrew Zerhide. My name is Dave Collins. It is all Newport Tigers here this afternoon in Canaan. Newport with a 35-0 lead over Mascoma with 8:37 remaining here in the second quarter. Royals need to figure things out. 2 turnovers and 2 3-and-outs for punts in their drives here in the first half. Sharon will tee it up from the 40. Officials are coming over to talk to the official score next to us here in the press box, and we are officially in running time. So 8:30 remaining and counting in the second quarter. Newport 35-0. Tigers here to kick off. Sharon to do the honors. Cacciatore and Warner back deep. And this one will come down to one of the up men. That is Rostron. Rostron tries to go to the left-hand side. Breaks a tackle at the 20, gets out to about the 25-yard line, and that's where Mascoma will start. Trailing 35-0 with 8:05 remaining in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Royals at their own 25-yard line.
Our replays are being brought to you by Kasasa. Free checking that rewards in cash each month. Ask for Kasasa at Claremont Savings Bank. Qualifications and rules apply. See bank for details. Member FDIC.
A little better field position than the last drive. For Mascoma, they're going to be first.
So the clock is running, 7:37 to play in the second quarter. Mascoma with the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 25. See if they can get something going. As we mentioned, 2 turnovers and 2 3-and-outs for punts for the Royals here in the first half. Farnsworth maybe picks up a half yard. So 2nd and a long 9 for Mascoma at their own 25.
Stays 2nd and 10, no gain on the play.
See if the Royals maybe try to go to the air here. Murphy split out wide to the far side. Stone as well. Handoff once again. This goes to Werner. Can't get the corner as he's brought down maybe after a pickup of 1. Penalty marker on the play. And officials are going to discuss it. Personal foul, face mask against Newport. So this will give the Royals an automatic first down.
That'll result in a first down.
So make it 1st and 10 for Mascoma at their own 41.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Newport, 35-0. They've dominated time of possession. But the Royals need to take their time, take a deep breath. They could score a touchdown before halftime. That would be big for them.
Just a morale booster.
Right.
Handoff coming down the line. Werner escapes 1 tackle, gets maybe a yard or 2, and then is brought down heavily by Gavin Lovely, who's a sophomore for Newport, wearing number 52. So a pickup of 2, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8 for Mascoma at their own 43-yard line. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to play. Second quarter. Newport 35, Mascoma nothing.
Second down and 8.
Watch the YCN News every weekday at 7 and 10 p.m. YCN News is a digest of all things local, news, sports, events, and public affairs in the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, and now available at dailyuv.com. All on YCN, your local view.
Handoff and brought down in the backfield is Farnsworth by a host of orange and white jerseys. He loses about 3 or 4 yards. Now one of the officials close to us stopping the clock. And a timeout called by Mascoma. So that will leave them with 1 here in the first half. Newport with all 3 left. We'll take a timeout as well. 5 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the second quarter. It is Newport 35, Mascoma nothing. We're back after this. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Pick up a handful of those. Balls on the road 40.
Back here in Canaan, New Hampshire, YCN's Game of the Week. 5:46 remaining, second quarter, 35-0 Newport on top. Mascoma called timeout before the break. They have 1 left here in the first half. Newport with all 3. Royals with the ball, 3rd and 11 from their own 40. Pitch back to the right-hand side. Werner, can he turn the corner? Yes, gets to the 40, gets dragged out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Decent gain on the play.
And it'll bring up 4th down and call it about 5 for Mascoma. Interesting call here. They trail 35-0.
4th down.
It might be 4-down territory. You really got nothing to lose if you're the Royals. And now it looks like Werner's going to have to come out of the game because he has some loose tape. Gets rid of it, and the officials let him back in. We are in running clock mode here because Newport took a 35-point lead. They lead 35-0.
Lining up to go for it here on 4th and 5.
4th and 5 for Mascoma. Big play coming up right here just for the confidence of the Royals. Gardner throws it over the middle. It is caught but short of the first down. Good reception by Stone, but he's brought down at the 50-yard line. It will not be enough for a first down. And a turnover on downs by Mascoma. So they've had 2 turnovers. Here a turnover on downs and 2 3-and-outs to punt. Newport in great shape once again, Andrew. 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line for the Tigers.
Yeah, Newport defense looking very strong, stopping them at the 50-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Would not surprise me if the Tigers were able to score a touchdown after a few plays here. Really put the nail in the coffin. Take a 42-0 lead going into the half.
Running clock with 4:20 remaining here in the second quarter here at Mascoma. And the Tigers with it 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. And somebody jumped offside. It looked like maybe Mascoma was drawn offside. Couple of penalty markers, encroachment, and offsides against Mascoma. So instead of 1st and 10, it's 1st and 5 for Newport as they move into Mascoma territory at the Royals' 45-yard line.
Tune in to YCN's Outside Television in high definition on Comcast HD Channel 713 or Channel 21 for all the outdoor adventure.
Delayed handoff, and it goes to Tebow once again across the 40, brought down at the 38-yard line. Pickup of about 7. That's enough for a first down for the Tigers as they plow forward and move the chains once again. 1st and 10 at the Mascoma 37-yard line. And the Tigers have really been able to do anything they want with this running game right now.
Right. Yeah, they really have been. I mean, Tebow and they've just been dominant today, and you got to credit the offensive line too. We don't hear their names called very much, but they've been outstanding today, creating holes. Tigers have just been very dominant on both offense and defense.
Tigers have the bigger line and the quicker backs. Backs split now behind McNamara, offset eye. Hand off to Tebow, has some room at the 35 and brought down. Great pursuit right there by Sheldon Farnsworth, number 17 for Mascoma, out there all alone and making the bare tackle. Tebow got some yardage, but he prevented Newport from picking up a first down.
Yeah, great job there by Farnsworth. Tebow had a lane. He brought him down and could have easily had the first down and possibly even the touchdown, but Farnsworth brought him down. Nice play there by the Royals.
Running clock, 2:31, 2:30 to play in the second quarter. Newport with the ball in the 35-0 lead over Mascoma. McNamara in the shotgun, has 2 receivers to his left, looks downfield, and it is picked off. Picked off at the 5-yard line by Farnsworth. Farnsworth loses the football. It's still loose on the ground, and I think Mascoma's going to have it. Nope. Well, let's see. It was jumped on top of by Werner, and yes, the official says he was pointing the wrong way. He was signaling Mascoma has it. But Farnsworth has it for the interception, then a fumble. And now Mascoma will have the football with 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Royals at their own 17-yard line.
Let's see if that interception there will give the Royals some momentum. If they could put some points on the board, that would be even bigger for their morale. I mean, they're going to have to change things up coming out of the locker room.
So Mascoma with the football. 1st and 10 from their own 17, moving left to right here in the second quarter. We're in running clock mode, so 1:40 to go for Mascoma. They're going to have to hurry. They only have 1 timeout, which will officially stop the clock remaining here in the first half. Hand off, and that really goes nowhere as Murphy maybe gets a yard or 2, and he's brought down. Down to 1:22 remaining here in the first half.
Very short game, probably about a yard.
2nd and 9 for Mascoma. 1:09, 1:08 remaining. And if the Royals want to put something together, remember they have to, an incomplete pass going out of bounds will not stop the clock. They only have 1 official timeout remaining here in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground, and this one goes nowhere. Just a swarm of orange and white jerseys of Newport. And they are swallowing up Farnsworth. And this will bring up 3rd down, a loss of about 2 or 3 on the play. And 3rd and 11 coming up for Mascoma.
Tune in every week for the River Valley and Kearsarge Chronicles, the who, what, where, when shows of our region. They premiere at 7:30 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday, right here on YCN, your local view.
3rd and 11 for Mascoma with just 23 seconds remaining here in the first half. Newport with a 35-0 lead over Mascoma. And everybody in tight for the Royals once again. 2 receivers to the far side. And here is a handoff. And Cacciatore gets maybe 2 or 3 yards. That'll bring up 4th down, though, and that'll do it for the first half here in Canaan. So it was pretty for Newport. Not the best of first halves for Mascoma, to say the least, Andrew. We'll come back and talk about it in just a moment. We have reached the end of the first half here in Canaan, New Hampshire. Halftime, Newport 35, Mascoma nothing. We'll talk about it after these words. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back, everyone, to YCN's Game of the Week here from Canaan, New Hampshire. The Newport, New Hampshire Tigers with a 35-0 lead over Mascoma Valley Regional High School here in Canaan. We are at halftime, 35-0 Tigers on top of the Royals. And as we look at the stats, John Tebow wearing number 42 in orange and white for the Tigers with 3 touchdowns so far. Their quarterback Dylan McNamara also ran in from 3 yards out for a touchdown. You've got Ackerman as well with another touchdown. And really, this game has been dominated by the Tigers. Only took them 4 plays. Actually, the first play from scrimmage, they scored a touchdown. It only took them 4 plays before they were up 14-0. It's been nothing but Newport here this afternoon at Mascoma.
Yeah, the Tigers have been dominant both on offense and defense. They've caused multiple turnovers. They've scored touchdowns very easily. The only little hiccup was an interception at the end of the first half. But besides that, Tigers have been very dominant. And the Royals are really going to have to change up their game plan, maybe throw the ball a little more, because their running game has really been shut down by the Tigers so far.
Yeah, Royals, they've got speed in the backfield. It's just their line really can't protect the bigger fronts, the bigger defensive linemen from Newport, and also the linebackers from coming down and making some good tackles behind the line of scrimmage. We started with running time with about 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. 35-0 our score right now. Newport on top of Mascoma is ready to start the third quarter of play. And for those of you unaware of running time, it's also called the mercy rule, sort of like the 10-run rule in baseball or softball. Once the team gets up by 35 points or more, the clock will start running. Normally that happens in the second half, but both coaches agreed to it in the second quarter to keep a running clock. So the clock will only stop here in the second half for any official call timeouts, injuries, any penalties, or any scoring plays. Incomplete passes, players going out of bounds, the clock will keep running simply because you don't want to see a score of 100-0. Right now, Newport leading Mascoma 35-0. We're about to start the third quarter of play on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Thanks for watching us here on YCN. You can log on to the website, ycnnow.com, to find the schedule of the games of the week. And we'll be back with the third quarter. Right now, halftime, Newport 35, Mascoma nothing. Third quarter action coming your way next, right here on YCN's Game of the Week.